Hey, now it's Anthony with A&A, bringing you another cop story. Let me give y'all this quick cop story before I get out here and get some work done today. I be doing my first car wash of the day. Hopefully I get some footage out there. But let's get right into this cop story. Uh, let's see, what year was this? This might have been maybe 2006, 2007. Those 2 years, for some reason, it's kind of a blur. I remember a lot of things, but I can't remember what year they actually took place. So we're going '06 or '07. So I get a call that a female with a gun had an altercation. The kids had an altercation with each other. One of the kids goes down there and confronts another child with a gun after a confrontation. I respond to the call, and I have backup with me, and I go to the house, and they tell me that she stays in this house down there. She came down here with a gun. Her and my son and her little brother, got into a dispute and argument, and they was about to fight. She came down there with a gun. So I'm like, okay, so which house is it? That blue house down there. I'm like, okay. So I go up to the blue house, meet the young lady. I've asked her, did she have a gun? She said yes. Did you go down there with a gun? She said yes, she did. I'm like, why did you go down there with the gun? She said, they was trying to jump on my little brother. And I'm like, okay. I said, do you have the gun now? She said, yeah. I said, okay, where is it? It's in the house. You want me to go get it? No, I'll come in and get it. So I come in, I take the gun, because they are all minors. The legal age to carry a firearm is 21, right? Yeah. It's 21, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 18, but I think it's 21. But anyway, she was a minor, so I took the gun, opened the trunk of my patrol car, put the gun in the trunk of my patrol car, try to make everything safe as possible. So first thing I did was I said, let me call her mother. So I called her mother, and of course the girl was pregnant. She said she was pregnant, but she wasn't showing. Okay, so I called the mother. I said, hey, your daughter was involved in a confrontation with someone, and she had a gun. Do you own a gun? Yeah, I own a gun. I said, okay, were you aware that your daughter went down the street to confront some individuals with a handgun? No, I didn't know that. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I said, well, ma'am, I need you here. I want to talk about this weapon, because I had to make a decision that I wanted to give her back that weapon. And so I needed the mother there to try to get control of things, get control of her children and see what's going on at least, try to give her the benefit of the doubt, So she, oh, well, I can't come down there. I can't get away right now. I can't come. I said, okay. I said, well, where are you? Are you at work? No, I'm not at work. I'm just handling some business. I'm like, okay, so you're telling me whatever business that you're handling is more important than seeing about your daughter. She went down the street and confronted someone with a gun. Well, I just can't. I said, okay, ma'am, you have a nice day. Hung up the phone. Because actually, I think the girl was over 18. I think. I'm not sure. She might not have been 18. But anyway. So I said, okay, well, it looks like I'm going to have to handle this situation myself. So the girl that, that had the gun, she gets upset. She says she wants to talk to my supervisor. I said, okay. I can't remember why she got upset, but I must have said something that she didn't like, so she wanted to see my supervisor. I pick up, I get on the radio, I call for a supervisor to come out. He comes out. He goes up there, I let him know what's going on, and he goes up there and talks to the girl, and he's talking with the girl, and he's like, he's trying to rationalize with her, but it's hard to rationalize with an irrational person. So, all of a sudden, he looks at me, and he said, lock her ass up. I said, okay. So, she's a little thin, a little fragile, a little something. So I'm like, which I learned my lesson really fast. And I said, look, you're under arrest. So I grab her wrist like this, just like this, all soft and delicate, because she's a female. So I ain't going to jail. She snatches away and pulls away. And I'm like, hey, don't do that. And I grab her again. Next thing I know, she started swinging and I couldn't even grab her. I'm falling all over myself trying to grab this girl. Her brother comes and he's threatening to do something to me. So I'm still wrestling around with this girl. This girl had to be about, I don't even think this girl was 90 pounds, man. She was probably 90 pounds, if that. I swear, it took me a good minute to get the handcuffs on her. It's something about thin girls, they wearing lotion, they slippery, they sweating, and she's just wild. And you're trying not to handle her like a man. And I see a lot of officers get tied up like this. They dealing with the woman. They don't want to be very rough with her, but they still trying to maintain some dominance, but you don't want to hurt her because it's a girl. But I'm going to tell you guys, if any police officers out there watching, you probably already know this. It doesn't matter who it is, male or female, that's a suspect. You handle them all the same. Now if I would have grabbed her with force and put the handcuffs on from the beginning, she would have known I meant business. She wouldn't have tried anything. But when I grabbed her all soft and delicate, she was like, oh, okay, I can handle this guy. But, she was sadly mistaken. I ended up having to, I hate to do it, but I ended up having to slam her to the ground and handcuff her. And sometimes trying to be delicate with someone, you can end up harming them because you didn't come with your A game and they underestimate you, so they try to, they try to fight you or whatever, and then you have to go higher than you would have normally went to affect the arrest, and I ended up having to slam her when I could have just grabbed her firmly and put the handcuffs, and she would have felt my strength. She wouldn't have tried anything. But when I was holding her all delicate, she felt like, oh, I can take him. So anyway, I ended up having to slam the girl, put the handcuffs on her. I felt bad about it because she told me she was pregnant. So I remember the whole time I was struggling with her to get the handcuffs on, her brother was standing up behind me, threatening me like he was gonna do something. So I had a mental note in my mind: as soon as I get done with her, I'm gonna take her to jail. I'm taking him to jail. So as soon as I got the handcuffs on her and I had her on the ground, I didn't have any more handcuffs, and I'm looking at my supervisor. He had his back turned to me. His handcuffs right there. So I take his handcuffs. I go and get the son. The brother, and I arrest him. So now I gotta take them to juvenile detention center. So I took this. I had my backup to take the boy to juvenile detention center. And matter of fact, the girl was a juvenile because I had to take her to juvenile detention center as well. But I had to make a stop at the hospital and check her to make sure that she was pregnant or not, and she was not pregnant. So that was a good thing. I did not slam a pregnant girl. I felt bad about slamming a girl anyway, a young girl at that. But I had to do what I had to do. But good thing she wasn't pregnant, because I would have really felt bad. So now we're at the hospital. Guess who walks in the door? The mother. I said, oh, now that she's in handcuffs, now you want to come see what's going on. And I called you. This whole thing could have been avoided. I said, ma'am, I don't have to talk to you. You just talk to one of the juvenile detectives. I'm not talking to you. She is going to jail. Period. So, but, ma'am, I don't want to hear it. I called you on the phone. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. You told me that you couldn't make it. Now you here. And it just seemed like a lot of these people out here, man, they don't, they act like they care about their kids, and they don't train their kids the right way. They don't bring their kids up the right way. As soon as an officer do something to their kids, now they want to stand up and march and do all this stuff, which to me, I hate that bandwagon shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. There are officers out there that are doing things to people that are wrong. Don't get me wrong. I've seen it. And it exists. But you do have people out there who bring these troubles onto themselves, and then they want to jump on the bandwagon and say that they were abused or police brutality, but that wasn't the case. And what happens is that the people that was really brutalized by police officers, their stories don't get heard. It get pushed up, swept under the rug, because they don't believe them. They think there are these other folks out here. But that's a whole nother story. And that's the end of my little story. Cop story. I will have more to come. I'll see you guys in the future.